Hey guys, today I want to show you how I transformed these old gold Uggs that I got as a hand-me-down. These are like some vintage Uggs, man. I mean, back when they put real tags in there. And how I transformed them into a lower cut. These are just going to be basically house slippers. So see how I cut that. So the first thing I did was took a measuring tape and I put them on, and then I decided how high I want them to be. So I measured 3 inches up and marked with a pen, and then that was equivalent to 2 1/8 down from the tops. So I just went around and measured from the tops and marked so that it would just be even. So for the first one, I cut this strip off. You can see that's what it looks like. Then I measured, after I cut that off, I measured down 1.5 inches, which is down here. And then I cut down and then cut up and around to get the rounded edge. I just wanted something different than just a flat cut edge. And look how cute it came out. So I'm gonna try them on for you so you can see the comparison. And it was really easy. It took a few minutes. I probably should reinforce these seams here, which I will do with hand sewing and when I get around to it. But here's what they look like. So cute. So if you want to see how I did this, I will show you from scratch. Well, I already marked the lines here, okay? So now, hi Bobs. Here's my dog, always in the video. Come on, man. Always knocking my stuff down. Okay. Let's put it like this. All right. Always nervous about that first cut, you know, because I want to do it right. Okay, so then I'm gonna go here to the line and just follow this line all the way around, match it up to the lines I've made on the rest of the boot, which I know you can't see that because it's like a light pink color, but trust me, they're there. The other one is here. I'm just lining up the blade of the scissors with that line so that they're even. Now, if you do this on some bear paws, you're not going to get the same effect because they're not like Uggs, where Uggs is just one piece. You know, the skin is attached to the hair. I'll explain that later. But anyway, this is normal. When you're cutting these, you're going to get some shedding because you're cutting through some of that. So you just want to, I mean, I don't know. I'm going to probably keep this scrap for something, but it's normal. So have a small can handy so you can pull that out. And it's not too crazy, but it will get all over your clothes, and you're probably going to need a lint roller. But anyway, don't be alarmed if that happens because it's normal. This is the third pair I cut, so. All right, so then now you could stop here if you wanted, or make them just flat cut, which is how I did the last pair. But like I said, I wanted to make this like rounded style, which I think it gives a little extra style. So then I measured 1.5 inches from the top. Okay, just put a little mark, just a little dot here by the seam, and then 1.5 small dot. Now I want to do these the same as these. Okay, so this one, oh, actually don't know how I did that. Okay, so I guess it doesn't matter if you cut in front of or in back of the seam. That's what I was, because I wasn't sure when I first cut them if I was going to keep just cut down and just keep them like that. But I ended up doing the rounded thing. So if you're going to do the rounded style, it doesn't matter if you cut in front or in back of the seams, but I wouldn't cut super close, just because it's less hand sewing you'll need to do later, because you're going to need to reinforce, because you're cutting through the seam, so it's gonna fray with wear. All right, so I cut that down. Okay, so we got that down to the mark, and then I'm gonna cut this one down to the mark. Just go slow, take your time. You don't want to go get crazy. Okay, so now that's cut. And see, I wasn't sure if I was just going to keep it like that, you know, and do that. But I was like, I don't know. All right, so now what I did was I folded this like this and did just a small mark so I could see the center. It's the center. And then back here, obviously that's the center. I don't need to mark it. All right, so now you want to be very careful and try to get a better angle. Okay. All right, so get your scissor. Go down just a little bit more. Okay. You want your scissor at an angle so you could go up. Okay. And you want to end your arc at your center point. See how I'm trying to kind of like round it up. Okay. Okay, so I'm just gonna leave that on there like that. See, it's coming together. Okay, I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. All right. This, I don't know, for some reason it's like harder on the other side. Trying to like round it at the top instead of kind of turned out a little pointy. See how it's kind of pointy, but you can tweak that. You can tweak that. You can just take your scissor and chunk off teeny tiny little bit. You know, not looking for perfection. These are pretty damn beat up. So they were my sister's. She gave them to my aunt. She never wore them. Threw them in a closet, stuffed in a cubby hole somewhere. Just getting the fuzzies off. Okay, now I almost thought maybe leaving it like this, but I was like, I don't know, I wanted to match in the back. So you do the same thing. Again, you're just trying to round it up to your center point. And last but not least, this is awkward. Awkward. It's always this other side. It's tough to... And one thing I did on the other pair was, see, when I'm cutting the other side, it like, see how it cuts through like that, but then over here it's like fluffy. So you could just, again, take your scissor. You're gonna have to get these loose pieces off that come off. But take your scissor and you can, you know, trim it up. Give it a haircut, you know, as you see fit. Or if you don't care, then I guess you're done. So, like I said, eventually there will be some fraying. I mean, right now this ain't too bad. This one is fraying. This one's not too bad, but I mean, I don't know if I really care. Oh shit, now the whole thing's coming off. Fuck. All right, well, I better stop, because I'm gonna go through with a needle and thread and just fix that up then. But anyway, these are done, so I'm gonna get a full view so you can see what they look like now and compare them. Okay, all right, here they go. Check them out. Really happy with how they came out. Very nice for around the house. And because they're gold, you can't see too bad, you know, how they're beat up as much as you would with a darker color.